Hi everyone, this is Noreldin. In Seeker's podcast, we're going to be talking about the problems and the misunderstandings that hold you back from being fluent, and how to get rid of them in order to speak English automatically and confidently, without even thinking about grammar rules or vocabulary, which means that our focus will be more on the spoken English. Now, with all that have been said, you've got to do the best to be the best. Let's get it started.
Hello, seekers, and welcome back. Grammar is a set of patterns of how words are put together to form phrases or clauses, whether spoken or in writing. Some scholars have tried to identify and find common patterns to all languages. A part of nouns and verbs, some linguistic universals have been found. For instance, English has subject, verb, object, while other languages have subject, object, verb, or verb, subject, object. There are two categories we have, and it's a huge debate whether which one of them is the right one to tell what the language is consistent of: prescriptivism and descriptivism. Prescriptivism says that language should follow consistent rules, while descriptivism says that variation and adaptation are a necessary and natural part of a language. When writing got importance back in days, people started to standardize written language to allow broader communication and ensure that people could understand each other easily, regardless what kind of language they speak. So, standard form of a language came to be considered the proper form to use, and it reflects how much knowledge you have and a sign of high status in the community. So, the idea of written rules came to the picture, and it became something important, especially for official speeches and writings, like between countries and when kings want to send letters to discuss a certain matter or things of that sort. But other forms like informal, slang, became something odd, corrupted, and a sign of low status. It's quite funny because we have the opposite nowadays at some point. Furthermore, speeches have a separate pattern from writing. Speech has its own unique patterns and regularities. It also uses intonation, which you can't find clearly in writings. And it's so flexible. For example, when I say, hi, or hi, I'm fine. I'm fine. So basically, you have interesting things in a spoken language that you don't find or you don't have in a written language. I'll give you an example that might help you understand what I'm trying to say here. I can say, I'm gonna follow the book here. Do you want to drink water? Yes, I do. No, I don't. In spoken English, nobody speaks like this. They ask in a different way. Do you want to drink water? Or sometimes they don't use do. You want to drink water? Yeah, sure. I'll give you another example. According to the book and the dictionary, I want to drink a little bit of water. But when people speak, I want to drink a little bit of water, or I want to drink a little bit of water. What's the point of all this? I just wanted to mention how language develops. Nowadays, it's not the end of the world if you make a grammatical mistake, and nobody corrects you once you make a mistake while you're speaking or talking with them, because it's kind of rudeness, right? Besides, as long as the listener understands what you're trying to say, so that's it. That's the purpose behind conversations. Unless if you want to show off your language or how eloquent and educated you are. And honestly, I don't like those who show off and feel superior to others. It's an evil act for sure. Anyways, The point being here is don't focus too much on grammar rules and neglect how people talk in reality, because down the road you will find yourself confused between what you learned at school and what your ears hear from native speakers. Instead, have grammar rules as a glue that puts the language together, or something you use to polish your language from major mistakes. Additionally, at some point, you will have to stick to grammar rules in exams, business emails, the majority of writings, because you can use informal writing sometimes. Finally, I want you to think of grammar rules like a chess game. And for those who don't know chess, it's a board game where you have pieces like king, queen, knights, pawns, and so on. Knowing the rules of the game doesn't qualify you to win this game, but you should come up with strategies and tactics to win. By other words, you learn the rules, then you play with your own rules without breaking the basic or the main rules. Studying grammar rules is very simple, but speaking automatically with grammar rules is the hard part there. But it's not that hard either. You can train your brain by using each and every single new grammar rule you learn while you're speaking. My point again, in order to speak fluently in a short time, you need to speak out what you learn. You see, it doesn't matter how much knowledge of English you have. What really matters is how you use what you have. I talked about chess earlier, and there's a quote that I like a lot. It says, "Tactics means doing what you can with what you have." So again, tactics means doing what you can with what you have. So do what you can with what you have of English. And please don't apologize about your English every time you speak with native speakers. Because, first of all, you don't insult them or harm them. Second, you speak with their own language, and this is, in my opinion, is a huge deal of appreciation and respect. So again, you're not sorry because you have some mistakes. Go speak to people confidently and share your beneficial ideas with those who want to learn from you and propel towards your goal, hitting the ground running. Don't let such an obstacle stop you, and I said it before, English is your first milestone. It's your stepping stone as you have many other goals to achieve. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to share this with your friends and have a beautiful and wonderful day. See you next time.